Todd Blackstock, your play-by-play broadcaster for the St. Louis Attack, encouraging you to bring your family out to the St. Charles Family Arena this Saturday night, April 11th at 7:35, when the X-Dash will happen. It's going to be a great game. The 1-1 Attack will be hosting the 2-0 Bloomington Edge. Bloomington Edge coming into this game with a heavy heart, has two members of the Bloomington community from Illinois State University perished in a Cessna plane crash, leaving the NCAA National Championship in Indianapolis. So that could provide extra inspiration for the Edge, and the St. Louis Attack's going to have to be on their game this week. Well, right now, we're going to hand it over to Chris McKinney and Mike McNeil in the locker room. Guys?
Thanks, Todd. Coach, thanks for joining us last week, the home opener. You guys played Rio Grande Valley. Talk to us a little bit about the game and your thoughts that you took away.
I thought last week's game against Rio was a good eye-opening thing that we needed to see. It was a good lesson that all of us as coaches and players needed to go through. It was humbling, and we needed to be humbled. I thought that we were feeling great, like we couldn't be beaten. No, even though we played a horrible game in the first game, we felt like we couldn't be beaten because of, last year. And I think that they need to get last year out of their minds because it's no longer last year. It's a new league. We have new teams, better competition, and better coaches. And I believe they thought they could just go out there and dilly-dally and get it done, and they didn't. They played sloppy. They played undisciplined. Everything that a bad team does, they did. Everything that a champion does, they did not, and that's why we lost. And that was, so this week we've been back to the basics. Football 101, lining up in the right formation, the right releases killed us in the game. Things that our veteran wide receivers do know, have been taught for 2 years now. And so, we went back to the basics in practice and going over basic things because that's what killed us. I don't think that Rio beat us. Rio did not beat us at all. As horrible as we played, the game was tied in the fourth quarter at one point, or down one touchdown. That tells you a lot about how good our team can be if we actually did play well, but we played horrible. And when you play horrible, you're supposed to lose.
This week you got the Bloomington Edge coming in. They're 2-0. They scored 48 and 50 points in their first two games. What's the Attack going to need to do defensively to slow them down?
The Bloomington Edge is a great running team. They run the ball well. They go in the I backfield when they get in the red zone, which is going to allow them to kick out a linebacker and get to the edge. They do a lot of toss sweeps. They do a lot of dives. They do a lot of fullback dive, fake fullback dive, and then they toss sweep just like the Madden on the video game. They do run the ball very well. They have a quarterback with a very good arm, and their receivers catch the ball in traffic well. They're a very good team, and it's going to be a tough challenge for us. And after last week's performance, them being 2-0 and the way we look, they're going to feel like they can beat us, and it's going to be a great challenge for us to see how we rebound from adversity, because that tells you how a true champion is. Not last year's record, but how you guys can come back from adversity. And right now, we're our backs against the wall. We're like animals pinned in the corner, and I want to see how they react.
Well, last week the Edge only gave up 4 points, and the Attack wide receivers and QBs didn't seem to be too in sync. What's the offense going to need to do to get back on track this week?
I'm not really worried about anything that other teams do and how great they did against some other team that's not even in this league. That's nice. I think they're a great defense. I think their offense is a great team. Their defense is a great team. I also think that as long as we execute, I don't worry about what other teams do.
All right, as a head coach, you're always trying to help your team get better every day. What are some areas of improvement that you'd like to work on, and where do you think you can make the biggest changes right now?
Right now, the things we need to do right now on offense was the basics. We've been practicing this week with releases to certain coverages, being able to read coverages while you're in your motion, being in the right positions and lining up the right way. That's what we've been going over, just basics on offense, because that's what it's going to take for us to even move the ball and get 2 or 3 completions in a row in the game. That way we can be effective on offense. And as far as the QB goes, we need our QB to start getting to his drops, start making his reads, and I think we've made changes this week to address that issue. And defensively, we need to be able to guard man-to-man coverage way better than we did last week. If we can't do better than that, then Bloomington's going to have a field day.
Absolutely. Any last words before we send it back to Todd?
I just want to say that this week's game is going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think you're going to see a brand new Attack team out there this week.
Thanks so much for joining us, Coach McKinney. Todd, back to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Mike. Great job, guys. I did have a chance to talk to Chris McKinney, too, the head coach of the St. Louis Attack, and he told me don't be surprised if there are some major shakeups in the starting lineup and some different personnel in the lineup for this weekend's game. It was a lot of fun in the opening game. Although the Attack lost, Jackie Joyner-Kersey was here, inspiring fans. Isaac Bruce came up to the broadcast booth, as did Jackie, and actually did a few minutes of play-by-play on the broadcast. It was a lot of fun. And it's going to be great fun, great X-League action. Once again, Saturday, April 11th, right here at the St. Charles Family Arena. You can watch the game on BacklightTV.com, and you can also check it out on TalkSTL.com as well. Well, I'm Todd Blackstock, announcer for the St. Louis Attack. We'll see you this weekend for St. Louis Attack football.